Hello, and welcome to the California Military Department GI Bill Award Program, also known as CMD GI Bill, formerly known as the California National Guard Education Assistance Award Program, CNG EAAP training video for students. This training video was created to provide an overview for one of the California Student Aid Commission's program, the California Military Department GI Bill Award Program, CMD GI Bill. In today's training video, we will cover the learning objectives, program overview, eligibility requirements of the CMD GI Bill Award Program, as well as 5 lessons. Lesson 1, website navigation. Lesson 2, creating an account. Lesson 3, applying for the CMD GI Bill Award Program. Lesson 4, account recovery. And Lesson 5, summer term certificate. During the lessons, we will be demonstrating how to navigate the California Student Aid Commission's CMD GI Bill Award Program website so that students can create an account, apply for the CMD GI Bill Award Program, and recover their account if they do not remember their username or password. By the end of the video, we aim to answer any questions regarding the CMD GI Bill Award Program. Our learning objectives are to inform students about the CMD GI Bill Award Program and answer questions to increase understanding of this program, gain insight on eligibility requirements, utilize knowledge of requirements to apply and be eligible to receive CMD GI Bill, and demonstrate how to create an account, complete the application, and recover account information. What is the California Military Department GI Bill Award Program? The CMD GI Bill Award Program, formerly known as the California National Guard Education Assistance Award Program, issues educational awards to qualifying members of the California Army or Air National Guard, California State Guard, and the California Naval Militia. Participants can receive up to the amount of the Cal Grant A Award for attending the University of California or the California State University, up to the Cal Grant B Award for attending a community college, or up to the University of California Cal Grant A amount for attending a non-public institution. How do students qualify for the CMD GI Bill Award Program? To qualify, new or returning students must be an active member of the California National Guard, the California State Guard, or the Naval Militia, agree to remain an active member throughout the participation period in the program, agree to serve 2 years in the California National Guard, the California State Guard, or the California Naval Militia upon completion of the last academic period of utilizing this program, agree to use the award to obtain a certificate, degree, or diploma that they currently do not possess, and be enrolled in, registered at, or accepted to a qualifying institution. Additionally, in order to qualify, new or returning students must agree to obtain 1 degree, whether it's a baccalaureate, graduate, or doctoral, while participating in the program, agree to complete course of study within 10 years of initial acceptance into the program, agree to maintain enrollment of a minimum of 3 academic units per semester or the equivalent at a qualifying institution as defined by California Education Code Section 69432, agree to maintain at least a 2.0 cumulative grade point average, and be a resident of California for at least 1 year. Students can apply at this website, nationalguard.csac.ca.gov. Starting in 2020-2021, the CNG EAAP program is now named the CMD GI Bill Award Program. As you apply, you may notice the website may say CNG EAAP or CMD GI Bill Award Program. Both of them are the same program. If students are a first-time user who has never applied to the CMD GI Bill or is new to the CMD GI Bill login process, they will start in the first-time user section located on the left-hand side of the page and click on the blue button labeled Start in order to obtain their user ID and password. If students are a returning user who has started the application in the new CMD GI Bill website and or already has a CMD GI Bill login user ID or password, they will start in the returning user section located in the center of the page and click on the green Login button. If students are unsure about how to apply to the CMD GI Bill, they will start on the How to Apply section located on the right side of the page and click on the black View button. For first-time users who need to create an account, they will start in the first-time user section located on the left-hand side of the page and click on the blue button labeled Start. This will take them to a form. Students need to complete the form and provide their first and last name, middle initial, which is optional, date of birth. Students' name and date of birth must match their California Military Department or college records. Create a username. Username must be between 5 to 8 characters and cannot contain special characters other than a period, hyphen, underscore, apostrophe, or the @ symbol, and their email address. The CMD GI Bill coordinators use their email addresses to communicate important information about the CMD GI Bill application. So make sure students update their spam filters to receive emails from CSAC as well as the CMD GI Bill coordinators. Once students have completed the form, they will click on the reCAPTCHA to confirm that they are not a robot and click on the register button, and they will then receive an email to finish setting up their account. Once the student has successfully registered their account, they will be sent an email with a link to create a new password. Passwords need to be at least 6 characters in length and contain at least 1 uppercase letter, 1 lowercase letter, a number, and one of the symbols we mentioned in the prior slide. After creating their password, students will log into their account to choose and answer 3 challenge questions. Each set contains 3 questions for the students to choose from. Students will type in their answers in the box provided. Quick tip, remember your challenge questions answers are case specific and the Commission does not have access to your answers. The CMD GI Bill has a new application process. For students who are new applicants to the program, they will need to apply for the 2020-2021 academic year, which goes from July 1st to June 30th of the following year. If they did not participate in the CNG EAAP program for the 2019-20 academic year or were withdrawn from the 2019-20 academic year, all application steps must be completed by April 30th, 2020 in order to be considered a priority applicant. Applications are not transferable from one academic year to another. If students are a CNG EAAP participant for the 2019-20 academic year, they will go to the For Renewal Students tab and complete the 2-step process listed there by June 1st. The application process is detailed in the 5-step process for new applications on the next slide. And remember, starting in 2020-21, the CNG EAAP program is now named the CMD GI Bill Award Program. Here is the 5-step application process for new applications. Step 1. Visit the FAFSA website and fill out the free application for federal student aid for the academic year that students are applying for. Students do not need to send anything in to confirm that they have completed it. Once they have completed Step 2, the California Student Aid Commission will confirm the date that their FAFSA was submitted. Step 2. Visit the CSAC website and complete the CMD GI Bill initial application. Make sure the application for the academic year drop-down box shows the academic year that students are planning on attending school. Step 3. Submit a completed Statement of Understanding for the academic year that students are applying for. Scan and email it as a PDF document to ng.ca.cn6-eaap-mailbox-access@mail.mil. If students take a picture with their phone and then convert it to a PDF, it may not be accepted as the pages are often distorted. Step 4, submit a CMD GI Bill Service Commitment Acknowledgement Form. Step 5, submit a completed letter of recommendation form from a former or current professor or school counselor, a current or former commander, or a civilian employer. This step is only for applicants who applied by the April 30, 2020 priority deadline. To be considered a priority applicant for the 2020-21 year, students must complete all 5 steps of the application process by the April 30, 2020 priority deadline. The application opens on January 15th. As mentioned, the priority deadline is April 30th, 2020. After April 30th, applications will continue to be accepted on a first-come, first-served basis until all awards are exhausted or until April 30th the following year, whichever comes first. For the 2020-21 academic year, The application process is open from January 15, 2020 to April 30th, 2021. To apply for the CMD GI Bill, students will click on the application link. So please note that the application shows CNG EAAP instead of CMD GI Bill while the regulations are being updated to reflect the name change. Before students start their applications, they will need to review an important notice to applicants before they continue to the application. Students will be asked to choose the academic year for which they are applying. They will then answer 10 questions on the student demographics portion of the application. For the first 4 questions, students will need to provide number 1, their social security number, which they will re-enter again. Number 2, their first and last name with the middle initial being optional. Number 3, grade. This refers to their ranks as listed in the picture. 4, address, which will include their city, state, and zip code. For questions 5 to 10 on the student demographics portion of the application, students will also need to provide, number 5, their years of service in either CNG, SMR, or Naval Militia. Number 6, date of birth. Number 7, phone number. Number 8, currently accepted, registered, or enrolled in either an undergraduate, certificate, or diploma, or graduate studies. Number 9, email address. And number 10, whether they are an active member of the California National Guard, which then asks if it is the Army National Guard or the Air National Guard, or the State Military Reserve, which then asks if it is the State Military Reserve or Naval Militia. On the second tab of the initial application screen, students will answer 5 questions regarding their institution, awards, and benefits. Question 11 has numerous components to it. One component is that students will choose their enrollment status for each of the fall, winter, spring, and summer terms. Students can choose from the drop-down menu for each term if they are not enrolled: full-time, 3/4 time, half-time, quarter-time, or unknown. Students will also need to enter their school's 8 digits code, their housing plan, on-campus, off-campus, or with parent, their desired degree, certificate, or diploma, and expected completion date, which would be entered as month first, then year. Number 12, has the student submitted the free application for federal student aid to the Department of Education? Number 13, if the student is eligible for both CNG, EAAP, and Cal Grant, which award does the student elect to receive? By law, students cannot receive disbursements from both awards during the same academic year. Number 14, students will enter the GI Bill benefits amount that they will receive for each applicable term: fall, winter, spring, and summer. Students will need to enter a specific amount. Number 15, students will enter any other federal education benefits or tuition assistance for veterans amounts that they will receive for each applicable term: fall, winter, spring, or summer. Students will need to enter a specific amount. And if the student does not know specific amounts they will be receiving for questions 14 and 15, they should list $1 to indicate they will be receiving benefits. The program coordinator will follow up with the student at a later date to determine actual benefits received. In the Statistical Information tab, 2 questions are asked which are used for the California Student Aid Commission's statistical reporting purposes only. The 2 questions are required of students. Question 16, students choose one gender, male or female. Question 17, students choose their race from a list that has been provided. If students do not see a race that they identify with, they can choose Other, and a box will appear that allows them to type in their race. On the last tab, students will sign and submit their CMD GI Bill application. Students need to read over the guidelines and expectations of the CMD GI Bill and click on the I agree box. Please note that the application shows CNG EAAP instead of the CMD GI Bill while the regulations are being updated to reflect the name change. The I agree screen will also show the old requirement of having 2 years of prior service, which you can disregard. Students do not need to have 2 years of prior service, but will be required to service 2 years in the California Army or Air National Guard, California State Guard, formerly the State Military Reserve, or the California Naval Militia upon completion of their last participation period in the program. In addition to the guidelines and expectations of the CMD GI Bill and the I agree box, there is also information provided on the State of California Information Practices Act, IPA of 1977, and its use of students' social security numbers. Once students are complete with all 4 sections of the application, they will press submit. Besides the CMD GI Bill application and the FAFSA application, students are also required to submit a letter of recommendation and GI Bill service commitment acknowledgement, as well as complete a statement of understanding. The statement of understanding is a 3-page agreement that explains to the student what the requirements of the CMD GI Bill program are and how it affects students' participation in the program if they are selected. The statement of understanding must be signed by both the applicant and their unit commander. Applicants can download the agreement here, calguard.ca.gov/education. Students can find a copy of the GI Bill Award Program Service Commitment Acknowledgement on the Commission's CMD GI Bill Award Program website once they log in. The GI Bill Award Program Service Commitment Acknowledgement is a 1-page acknowledgement that the student must serve 2 years in the California National Guard, the California State Guard, or the California Naval Militia upon completion of the last academic period that uses education assistant under the California Military Department GI Bill Award Program. Failure to serve the 2 years upon completion of the program will result in recoupment of all funds received. Students can scan and email the completed form to the email listed on this screen. Please make sure that the form is in PDF format only. Students can also find a copy of the CNG EAAP's Letter of Recommendation on the Commission's CMD GI Bill Award Program website once they log in. The Letter of Recommendation is a 1-page form that must be completed by a former or current professor or school counselor, a current or former commander, or a civilian employer. This step is only for applicants who apply by the April 30 priority deadline. Students can scan and email the completed form as a PDF format only to the email listed on the screen. Only those who are currently participants in the CMD GI Bill, formerly CNG EAP, for the 2019-20 year should complete this process. Everyone else should go back to the main page and complete the For New or Returning Students process. So due to the waitlist, many of the applicants do not receive a 2019-20 academic year award until the end of the academic year or after the academic year has already ended. The 2-step application process for renewal participants include Step 1, to visit the CSAC website and complete the renewal application. Renewal students must complete the renewal application. If renewal students submit a new application, it will be rejected. Step 2, complete the renewal statement of understanding for the academic year that they are applying for. Camera images such as JPEG will not be accepted because they distort the pages. The deadline to complete the 2-step renewal process is June 1st. The enrollment period for renewal participations is January 15th to June 1st. So students must submit the renewal application and the renewal statement of understanding, both available online at the Commission's CMD GI Bill, formerly CNG EAP website. If students are renewal students for the CMD GI Bill Award Program, they will click on the Renewal Participants tab, which will bring them to their requirements. Students must submit both the renewal application and the renewal statement of understanding by June 1st. Returning applicants should click on the green middle button on the CMD GI Bill Award Program page. They will then be directed to sign into their account with their username and password. If students do not remember their username or password, they can recover their account by clicking the Forgot Username or Password link. To recover a username, students need to complete the form and provide their first and last name, email address, and date of birth. Once students have completed the form, they will click on the reCAPTCHA to confirm that they are not a robot, click on the Submit button, and they will receive an email with their username. To recover a password, students need to complete the form and provide their username. Students can choose how they want to recover their password, either by email address or with their security questions. If students choose to recover their password by email, they will provide their username, click on the reCAPTCHA, and press Submit. An email will be sent to the account with that same username that was provided. To recover a password, students can also answer one of their security questions from when they first created their accounts. Once students have provided their username, they will click on the reCAPTCHA to confirm that they are not a robot, click on the Submit button, and another box will appear with one of their security questions. The students will need to answer the questions exactly as they had typed it when they first set up the account. And last but not least, as of January 1st, 2015, CMD GI Bill, formerly CMG EAAP, all students attending a mandatory summer term must complete the summer term certification, which can be found on the right-hand tab labeled Summer Term Certificate. Students attending a discretionary summer term must complete the summer term certification if they would like to be considered to receive a summer award payment. If a student attends the discretionary summer term, the student will only be eligible to receive award funds if the CMD GI Bill award program has enough money remaining at the end of the academic year. There is no guarantee the student will receive this funding. Whether a term is considered mandatory or discretionary is determined by how the institution set up the summer term in CSAC's web grants system. Students will complete the one-page form. This certification must be signed by both the participant and their unit commander. Students can mail in the form to the address listed on the website, or they can scan and email a completed form as a PDF format only to ng.ca.cn6-eap-access@mail.mil. Thank you for taking the time to watch this training video provided by the California Student Aid Commission. Please contact us if you need further assistance or have additional questions about the California Military Department GI Bill Award Program. You can also reach the California Student Aid Commission or the CMD GI Bill coordinators at the email addresses or phone numbers on the screen or by using the corresponding links.